Hey, so we're gonna do GTS in the cold now. I just stepped outside and you can see I was riding around a little bit in the GTS. I just wanted to kind of get it a little bit cold. So I've been out here for about maybe 5 or 10 minutes trying to um, trying to get these things to deactivate. I can do it. I can get them to deactivate. And again, it more has to do with my stance and the way that I am on the board. But you can see just starting out in my little sidewalk area, I am just fine. I will say that the low boy foot pads are slightly more deceptive than the regular foot pads here. And I think another reason why is that concave is a little bit better for your feet. It's a little more comfortable, but that also means you're manipulating the board differently underneath your feet. You're standing on it different. You're dealing with that weight compensation just a little bit differently also. I have gone out down the street and I can go back now. Um, I have a particular stance that I think that is particularly effective for keeping sensors activated. It is definitely the ducked out, so you look like you're standing in a boxer stance. It's like a T position, is what they call it athletically. It allows me to kind of wiggle my hips front to back a little bit more to get that speed. It puts me into a preloaded position to run things out and to tuck and roll, like we all know. You can see I've been riding fairly slow outside. It is -5 degrees and snowing out here. My pads are covered in snow. The wheel is covered in snow. This is definitely the conditions to make your pads not work at these speeds. And I seem to be fine. Again, turning seems to be okay. I bet you for a lot of people, toe side turning is where you're losing your sensors. And again, that has a lot to do with how the concave is shaped, how that concave shape affects underneath your foot, how your stance then affects the way that your body weight goes down from the center of gravity. Okay, a lot of people are shifted really far forward on their feet or far backwards on their feet, right? We can go ahead and blame modern footwear, but that's kind of the easy scapegoat because all that does is help you sell more footwear. What we need to do is be on our feet and aware of where our center of gravity is. We need to have our ribs centered so that our thoracic spine is not flared out. This also throws off our center of balance. All right, I'm going to be putting out a lot of videos that show you guys some of the reasons why your posture may be affecting your sensor activation more than your actual sensors themselves and what you can do about it. All right, all that kind of stuff. And you can see I've been riding outside in the cold, going very, very slow. The sensor should be kind of kicking me off. I have been making swooping turns up and down my street. If I needed to go out on a longer ride, totally could. I'm just trying not to slip down and hit myself on the ground because it's rather icy out here. But you can see I'm pretty happy with my GTS sensors. I'm going back inside because I'm cold, not because the one wheel is not working, right? I can ride through this. Ooh, look at big, thick snow, right? I'm okay. And again, I think a lot of it has to do with this stance that I have. It really helps keep the sensors activated. It is the same stance I have taught my son over the years. He's 7. He's been riding a one wheel since he was 2 years old. And he could activate the sensors at about, I think he was just on his 2nd birthday, and he could activate the sensors all by himself in the living room. So again, what I'm urging to everybody is, and see, I just nudged that curb. And again, if you don't have sensors, you can't nudge a curb, but I just nudged a curb. All right, so that is GTS sensors in the cold. They seem to do fine. Again, I think there's some other reasons behind people not being able to activate them in the cold. You can see mine were plenty cold. I didn't even have a full battery, so I'm going to knock this board off, get it back inside to cool down or to warm up a little bit, and then we will take the GT out, and we will repeat the same test with the GT as we just did with the GTS.